I think one of the positive things about myself as a streamer is that when I'm a family minded person, so I'm really always thinking about my family. I'm helping my elderly family members right now with daily chores and living, um, like either driving, daily chores, helping maintain some expenses, moving, just helping out when I need to. And I think those are positive qualities in which I have. Obviously, I love animals. That I have a veterinarian assistant certification in Cal State. Um, and I'm very proud of the hard work that I did for that. I've had it for many years. It hasn't gone away, it hasn't expired, it hasn't been removed. Um, I've worked in several animal facilities, helping care for animals and people's pets while they're away. As a dog walker, as a pet care specialist, and working in a dog hotel. I think I did a lot of great things for pets. That puts me in a positive light. Um, and I don't think that's a bad quality to have, to care and love and want to be a caretaker and help support people's pet needs while they're gone on vacation, or feeling that they have comfort and safety with their pet in my hands. Some bad actors, I would say, of my past neighbors with criminal histories and severe criminal histories would try to slander my character and tell me that, and try to pin their crimes onto me and try to get me arrested for things that they were doing, and trying to frame me or manipulate the situation. My ex neighbor was a wife beater, and so he obviously was arrested for it, arrested for violating his restraining order, and he tried to pin that on me, a majority of his bull crap. And so I overcame that. I took him to court and I ended up winning that case. Another neighbor refused to even show up, didn't answer the doors, pretended they didn't exist in the situation, and I was telling everybody that they were being harassed when they didn't even answer the door, which means that there's no way they could be harassed, if they don't answer the door. Also, when the state investigator investigated them on discrimination charges, they claimed that they had no interactions with me whatsoever. Another place would make fake accusations about racism. That didn't occur. And when we took the person to the court, they ended up saying that they did not experience or feel that in the situation in which the cops were called to handle a mediation between us two. And that was made up by the individuals in order to get whatever motive they wanted. Another thing that supports the fact that I'm just a decent person and them trying to slander my character, targeting my family, being named Derek and his children, which are perfectly healthy and fine, and me being an uncle and them not agreeing with disabled or LGBTQ individuals raising or being around family. So obviously it didn't work out in their favor. They would manipulate the truth. They would hide behind inclusivity laws. They would try to pretend like they were being the ones targeted. And then when evidence started coming out, it really contradicted everything they said. um, yeah. And so, I mean, a lot of the things were never taken to court when they could have been, and the person was feeling like they were being sued all the time, which wasn't the case because they never went to court. And to be able to go to litigation, that's when somebody's being sued. When it wasn't going to litigation, then the person can't be sued. It just doesn't work that way. The person obviously was doing something to put themselves in that position by constantly saying what they wanted to say and harassing the person, thinking that they would have no consequences. I mean, they hid behind those certain inclusivity laws. A lot of it stemmed from trying to practice my Irish cultural practice and trying to learn Irish roots, my Scottish heritage, and studying Scottish culture. A lot of that bullcrap from the other communities was stemmed around targeting me as being an Irish American, where anti-immigrant and anti all this ICE stuff was starting to root up from COVID, and COVID stuff was hitting at the time. So a lot of people were feeling hostility and aggression and decided to come after me, thinking I was an easy target because I was studying a lot of manga, a lot of anime, a lot of animation. I was social distancing. I was wearing masks. I was trying to keep away from people, including not hooking up, not being with people, because I would constantly visit my elderly family members, and I didn't want to put them at risk. I was pretty much isolated for months upon months, not talking to anybody besides my cat. So the neighbors felt bored and were obviously borderline homophobic and decided to make up a bunch of bullcrap. The Walmart situation, there was another instance where, so I only started working in 2022. Years before, on Yelp, there was a picture of a damaged aisle thing that was bent and moved. So they tried to pin that on me years later. But if you go to the Yelp pictures, that picture was posted years before, like 2 years before I even started working there. It was one of the many things in which they used inclusivity and policies in which they made up, including I had passed my suspension time, and I had gone on. I had quit my job working there, so I wasn't fired. And then they said that they were going to ban me from the location that they created at that time. So I wasn't at fault for being in the building. They just created it that time and did not update me with the time to set me up to make me appear like I can't follow directions. Which I did inform the police, and the police did find to be a little suspicious. I mean, obviously, I'm sure the police gave me the benefit of the doubt, saying, well, technically, I wasn't there for malicious means. I did walk out. The person did, in fact, not tell the truth, and they just made it last minute. They said that they had a policy, which was not informed to me until that moment, a policy that they made up. And I'm pretty sure that store manager was fired because when I've done research on Yelp, there's a new store manager that's been posted on there. And I'm pretty sure she's either transferred or been fired for similar things she's done to other people. I'm allowed to obviously go online. I haven't visited the location, but I can do research. Um, I mean, obviously, I can go to other WalMarts, and I don't know if that was a year ban or whatever, but I have no intent of going back to that location anyways. Um, Also, one of the things Walmart liked to claim that was highly unsubstantiated was the fact that one, I have mobility issues, and two, they were saying that one of my problems was double checking my work, and that caused an issue between me and my manager where he would yell at me frequently and disrespect me, tell me pretty much just talk down to me like I was not good enough for his job or his position because I was double checking my work to see if I got all the trash that I needed. Um, well, he barely taught me how to use the auto scrubber. And then having other coworkers bully me, other managers bully me to, double up or protect himself. He found a little cardboard piece that he planted and then tried to make me look like I was incompetent. And so when I went in one day, his machine was sitting there, and I had used the phone and took a photo of the cardboard piece that he missed. Also, the stockers and the shelves were dropping cardboard, which shouldn't be the cleaner's job. They're supposed to clean up after themselves. So they claimed I was chasing women. The manager is a male, by the way. And I was in the soda aisle, in which they pulled me over and I was getting soda. Which means that, obviously I have receipts upon receipts of buying soda. And the police, one of the things they concluded is, well, they don't really have to give you a reason to not serve you anymore. They can deny you for any reason except for discriminatory reasons, which is this case. I didn't take it further to court, but there was some strong evidence pointing against them, especially stuff that was posted by guests online who experienced similar treatment of discrimination from the facility. They would post it on Yelp saying that they were discriminatorily treated by their staff for being of certain groups and or I don't know if it was LGBT, but there was. They also didn't show broken items that they had on the floor. Like their TV screens were turned off, but they were shattered screens. Like it looked like multiple squares and like cracks going down. And they had those on the sales floor. They just turned off the screens to avoid it. They tried to, again, pin that stuff on me, the cleaning machine, but I barely even got to that side when I was cleaning, which is one of the things they complained about. So they were just trying to pin a bunch of stuff on me. Also, I have a driver's history of being a very good driver. And they just suddenly made all this up to protect themselves. And there was no support that they had or evidence that was able to pin on me doing those things. So it was all stuff fabricated by this managers. One of the managers, his name was Sal. Actually, we lived in the same apartment complex, and he was one of the parties that was constantly harassing me while getting drunk with his family, harassing me when I was social distancing. Also, the people that thought, I was obviously in trouble for something I didn't really do, and just wanted to promote or like something. It's really pathetic and petty. You didn't win. You didn't destroy my life. And in fact, you barely could even prove your allegations, and you just made up and fabricated stuff because you wanted people like me put in hospitals or prison cells. And that's disabled or LGBTQ people that doesn't follow your faith. And it's sad, pathetic, and I laugh in your face because obviously it didn't work. Um, you know, when something is filed in a civil matter, it doesn't mean somebody's going to be arrested under the Constitution, and it's inalienable rights. So when it's a civil matter, it's a civil matter, and most of the police will tell you it's a civil matter. Holding police accountable for their actions is also why somebody has the right to use a camera. And also, when you're harassing me for those past things, police told me to use a camera. They told me to record it. They told me to document it under my First Amendment rights. So it's not breaking the law to follow the First Amendment. Just like you abuse it with free expression, my right to free debate, my right to free press, my right to document on something, my right to express an opinion, my right to debate political politics, and to argue against it. It is under my First Amendment rights, just like it's under my First Amendment rights to remain silent for anything. I don't have to put myself in a situation which I don't want to be in. I have the right to defend myself. I have the right to protect myself too. And it's sad and pathetic. All those people liked and thought they were doing something. And obviously they didn't win, and I just laugh in their face every single day, every single moment.